Have you ever wondered about where your food comes from? We went on a mission to find out. Welcome to day 11 in Guatemala.
Cut it out. I've already showed you.
Yep.
Keep an eye on the ball. Oh,
Daddy, I almost did it, but it smacked onto my belly instead.
All of the restaurants we visited around Antigua were unexpectedly beautiful. Most of them had a modest entry with a secret garden out back.
Day 10 in Guatemala. We're in Antigua. Today we're going to go to an organic farm we're really excited about, but we're getting to start the day a little bit slower. After the last few days being crazy, we're taking it easy, gonna grab some food, and go to the tour early on in the afternoon. This beautiful church is 2 blocks from our Airbnb here in Antigua. At the end of this, I'll be sure to link our Airbnb in one of the descriptions so you guys can find it. It is seriously the best location we could ask for in Antigua. Iglesia La Merced in Antigua, Guatemala. We fueled up for the day with a tasty breakfast. Hot tip, if you are looking to spend via credit card, if that's more convenient to you while you're here, try and get the restaurants that are attached to hotels because they tend to be more accepting of more different types of credit cards. Like for American Express, it can be hard to find places that take American Express, but most hotel restaurants do. And I'm not talking about just like big chain hotels. I mean like little hole-in-the-wall hostel type places. Just if they have a hotel attached, they tend to take American Express more frequently. So we fueled up and we're just playing outside for a little bit before our farm tour in about 1.5 hours. Almost. Nailed it! Yeah!
We walked by the most famous landmark in Antigua, Guatemala, El Arco Santa Catalina. The landmark really encapsulates Antigua and it sure is beautiful, but man, it's crowded. It is so hard to get around there and get a good picture without other people. We browsed in a couple shops, including this magnificent jade store. Did you know that Guatemala is famous for its jade?
Oh, cool.
Can I touch?
You can touch with one finger.
One finger. Oh,
A mask made out of jade.
this is really cool.
Hi. We made it to Caoba Farms. Let's go check it out. What did you guys find? Sunny?
Here at Caoba Farms, the motto is eat well, feel good. This 3-acre sustainable farm is located really close to Antigua and is super accessible by tuk-tuk or even by walking. The farm features a farm-to-table style natural food store that is also a cooperative for other small farms in the area where they can sell their goods as well. We met up with the owner Alex for a farm tour.
We are at Caoba Farms, here just outside of Antigua with our guide Alex.
And so basically, when I say farm to table, means most of the stuff we serve is from our farm. If it's not from our farm, it comes from another farm where we know the farmer and we know the farm, we've been there, and it's from their farm directly to our farm. So there's no middleman, it's from their farm to our restaurant.
Alex was able to teach us a lot about sustainable agriculture and especially about foodscaping.
So basically, you're landscaping with food products.
Bio-intensive agriculture.
I've never heard of that.
So bio-intensive agriculture is the most productive method of all the ones that I've encountered. Behind all methods of, we call them organic agriculture, the big thing is growing soil. That's what you really want to do.
Alex is a huge advocate of growing good soil. Good soil grows healthy food, and healthy food gives you a healthy gut. The property is absolutely beautiful with tons of fun things for kids to do. They also have wellness classes like acro yoga on site.
Coming from China, it's organic. It's gone through many borders. In the borders, you spray. I mean, you go to the ports, they got these huge nebulizing machines and they're spraying the whole port. Gnarly stuff, and that's seeping right into your container. Your green organic avocado is probably not organic anymore. It's tested organic at the farm. By the time it gets to the grocery store, who knows what it's got. So totally. I'm always a big firm believer, eat local, eat seasonal, and get to know your farm. So we've been here 18 years, since 2004. Started with a salad. I went to a restaurant, had a salad. I ordered a Caesar salad, but they served it with iceberg lettuce. I was like, what the hell? Why is it iceberg lettuce? Why can't you serve it to me with gourmet? And I happened to know the owner, and the owner said, "Oh, I can't find romaine lettuce in Guatemala." I thought that was pretty. Me coming from the States, from California, the salad, and I was like, I can't believe there's no romaine here. I was like, mind-boggling to me, you know. And so I went to other restaurants, I went to the grocery stores, I couldn't find romaine. There's no romaine. Internet was just kind of slow at that time, and I was like, any company selling romaine seeds in Guatemala? No one's selling romaine seeds in Guatemala. So obviously there's no romaine being grown here. Romaine lettuce? That's not hard. And then I had practice from coming from gardening programs and stuff like that. I'll just, you know, bring in some seeds, heirloom seeds, open pollinated romaine seeds. So I started planting some for seed because I needed to first make my stock on seed. So I produced a lot of seed, and that's one of the things I'm very proud of, is that I'd say 30% of everything I farm is for my seed bank.
Wow.
So 90% of everything you see is my own seed. I don't buy seeds. I produce my own seed, and about 90% of everything I plant is from my own seed. 100% of the fertilizer I use is my own fertilizer. 50% of anything we spray in the plants is made here at the farm through like kind of fermentations and processes. A few things we do buy, outsource it, but they're certified OMRI listed, organic, like top notch, the best you can find. So I started growing seed, and I started selling romaine to this guy. I was like, hey, here's romaine now. Loved it. He was like, oh, I got friends in the restaurant industry. Before I knew it, I was working with like 20 restaurants selling romaine lettuce. And then I got to an Italian restaurant. So the whole concept wasn't really about organic, it was more about sustainable. Producing 100% of my fertilizer, producing my seed, because it all started with seeds. Hey, if I'm gonna have to produce all my seeds, I might as well have to produce my fertilizer and go that route. And at the same time, that automatically kind of sets you into the organic. You know, it kind of like, by default, you're kind of organic because you're producing your fertilizer, your seeds.
Right.
You know, you're not producing chemical fertilizer, you're not a lab. Found an Italian restaurant. He said he couldn't find arugula. So sure, my research, no arugula in Guatemala. So I became like known as the exotic farmer. You know, I was bringing in the unique, I don't know if you've noticed how many restaurants there's in town, but it was like the culinary scene about 18 years ago was just starting to happen, and restaurants were starting to pop. You can't find ingredients. They can only find the local ingredients, and it's not really fitting their. So arugula, then he said he couldn't find basil for pesto, and then no kale, no radicchio, and then before I knew it, I was like, oh, I'm growing all sorts of stuff that you can't find in Guatemala. I'm known as the exotic farmer. No one cares about me being sustainable, but I cared about it because it was more of a business method for me.
I can't believe it can go so high up, and it's so scary for me. And my brother is smaller than me, but he's way braver than me.
So foodscaping basically is over 50% of your plants are edible or medicinal. Our practice, we tend to practice about a 70% food and medicinal and 30% what we would call support plants. Support plants meaning for the plant can trellis on it, or maybe it keeps bugs away, or maybe it attracts bugs.
Interesting.
Or maybe it's to make shade. Or maybe it's just to look pretty.
Alex is a huge proponent of knowing your farmer. Far more important than buying organic, buying USDA approved, buying whatever fair trade certified, because all those words have loopholes. He says know your farmer.
We got all sorts of edibles. Like this one here is like a type of spinach.
Oh wow.
So you can just eat it with the stick and everything. One of my favorites. Try that.
Spinach.
It's called katuk. The difference between this one and this one you gotta cook it. Turmeric. So when you the turmeric's on the bottom part.
Right. Oh, it's beautiful.
Turmeric, guys.
That looks like $15 for Mama Sprouts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
So you just kind of harvest this. That's what I said. Those who have just been harvested. Little harvest from one plant, pretty much.
Wow.
Alex was able to braid the turmeric leaves together to carry the nubs back.
This is all foodscaping. 70% of the foodscape is edible or medicinal plants.
So like here, you just gotta pay attention. If you pay a little bit more attention, you'll start seeing these cucumbers. See?
Wow, oh, how cool. Look at that cute little
Oh my
cucumber.
gosh, what a cute little cucumber.
Biggest cucumber in the world. Come boys.
Yeah, come in. What I call a deep bed method. They're definitely free range. We have roosters, we have females. They're doing it right in front of you. A deep bed method is going to have healthy soil. And so if we come here, just an example, we keep carbon at the top so that soil doesn't get burned. Just like you and me get sunburned, soil and living organisms get sunburned. The deeper you go, the darker it's gonna be, right?
Right.
All this is fertilizer. And it just gets deeper. Pretty sure we can find bugs in here and worms.
I love worms. I always.
Look at that.
Gentle with the worm.
Here, chicken. Look at this.
Because we manage health.
Our boys were totally infatuated with farm life.
All the waste from the restaurant first goes to the pigs, like all the things people don't eat first goes to the pigs, but there's certain things pigs won't eat. He said like lime peels and coffee grounds. So then that stuff comes here to their composts. And the composts are in these like chicken wire bins with some corrugated plastic on top. And after it's become fully composted, they just remove the metal around the outside and it flattens and it becomes all this soil that's on the ground for the chickens. So this is the deep bed method for the chickens. It's really healthy, deep soil and it makes healthy chickens.
Getting fattened up for meat for the restaurant. So he doesn't grow any bigger than that. He's a mini pig.
They recently added a butterfly garden to the property.
I want to catch one though. I feel like I want to hold one.
Butterflies are cold-blooded animals.
The farm is educationally focused, and it's a great stop for WorldSchooling families.
Thank you.
It's a little different than you think.
So fun.
Frambuesa from the Foodscaping. Delicious. Lulos, babe. Remember from Colombia, the lulo juice?
Yeah. So that the mosquitoes can come here and lay eggs, so that they don't lay eggs in other areas. And then my fish eat that and they break the cycle of mosquitoes. Those are figs.
Figs.
The whole property was incredibly thoughtfully designed.
To a restaurant or somewhere, so that the field, they come, they cut, they package things here, and then it goes from here.
There's even a nursery on site where locals can come buy plants and starters. Did I mention their sick playground made totally from recycled materials? You do not want to miss Caoba Farms on your trip to Antigua. You'll definitely want to dine at their restaurant. This was probably the best meal we had on our entire trip to Guatemala. That's it for today, Unconventionally. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of our Guatemala daily travel vlog series. And until next time, keep exploring life outside the box.